What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? Like I always say, thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for the comments. I love the positive comments. I love the negative comments. Hey, just bring it on. But let's get right into it. But we got to go all the way back to 1991, where Brian Kelly had his first head coach job at Grand Valley State. He won 2 consecutive Division II championships. And before that, he was just like assistant defensive coach and stuff like that. But he spent 13 years at this school, and he did a pretty good job. He did a pretty good job until he came to the Power Five, to the big boys. And no disrespect to Division II or nothing like that, because you still got to put in that work. You still have to put in that work, and he paid his dues. So I don't want to take nothing from him when I'm making this video, because he paid his dues. So we can't just sit here and act like he's not a real coach, But when it comes to coaching, it's levels. It's levels. And what Deion doing, I'm telling you, he's playing chess. And it's going to be easy for him. So Brian Kelly went to Notre Dame, and he had the safest job in America. He could have stayed at Notre Dame for 20 years because they get comfortable. They don't care if you win a championship. They don't care. You could just make the playoffs, or you could make a bowl game, and you could just coast for 10 years. They don't care. He should have stayed in Notre Dame. He should have stayed there. He left them boys high and dry in the middle of the season. And I think that season, they was going to have a great season. They was going to make the playoffs. And he left them in the middle of the season. He left them high and dry. You don't do that, man. You do not do that to a school like Notre Dame. Because now, if you need a job to go back, they not going to hire you. I know LSU is a great job. I know they going to throw the money at you. But it comes with something. It comes with expectations. The biggest expectations in college football. If you think I'm lying, go ask Coach O. Ask Coach O. Had one of the greatest team, probably the greatest team ever in college football, with Joe Burrow. Won the championship, undefeated, and still got fired 2 years after. They don't care about none of that, bro. LSU only cares about championships. They don't care about your excuses. They don't care about you trying to rebuild. They don't care. If you don't win a championship within 3 years, they get rid of you. Even if you win one within 3 years, if you don't consistently win, they'll still get rid of you. Coach O was out of there. And Brian Kelly came to Baton Rouge, got a house by the lake, got a mansion by the lake, but he should have just rented this house. Because LSU don't play that losing stuff, bro. They don't play that. So LSU accidentally paid Tigers football coach Brian Kelly by $1 million during the first year of a 10-year, $100 million contract, but discovered the error and discovered to correct it. Think about that, bro. Louisiana cares about football more than fixing their roads. Louisiana cares about football more than paying their people that work these plant jobs. Football is religion. So if they paying you this much money, you got 3 years to win a championship, bro. It's no excuses. And after those 3 years, you got to keep winning. You cannot get comfortable in Louisiana when it comes to football. I don't care how that may sound to you. I don't care how you might hate that. I don't care. When it comes to Louisiana, you cannot get comfortable when it comes to college football when you're a head coach. And Brian Kelly is now figuring that out. So in his press conference and stuff like that, when he making excuses, when people don't want to hear nothing, bro, you might as well not even talk, because they not hearing you. They are now 3-2. To them, the season is over. And it's early still. So you got a lot to do, bro. I give him 1 more year. They'll give him 1 more year. After next year, they firing him. After next year, if he don't win a championship next season, they're firing him. LSU is built on defense, and he came in, brought his coaches with him, and he let go to other coaches. LSU is built on defense. So you better get it right, Brian Kelly. You better get it right.
Deion's about to just body the portal. And if you don't believe me, look at what he did at Jackson State. And this is not to knock Jackson State, but Jackson State is an FCS program, and he got 22 transfers. 23, in 2022 alone to join him in Jackson, Mississippi, the majority of which were of the Power 5 variety. So they went from a Power 5 program, said, you know what, I want to play for Deion Sanders. I want to be a part of what he's building at Jackson State. Roll, party, roll. Let's get after it. And so if he can do that at a place like Jackson State, and again, this is not to knock Jackson State. I love what he did there. I love that program, and I love what they were able to accomplish there. But if he can do that at the FCS level, he can now pitch to players in the portal, hey, come be a part of what I'm doing at the Power 5 level. So think if you're a player, if you had one concern about joining Deion at Jackson State, it's, well, coach, I have NFL aspirations. I want to go play at the highest level after college is done. And just looking at the numbers, more guys get drafted from the FBS level than the FCS level.
See, a lot of people ain't followed Deion when he is in the SWAC. So a lot of people really don't know. They just know what they see now. A lot of people don't know that in 2020 when he came to Jackson State that, COVID hit. So he didn't get any of the recruits or nothing like that. It was just like this year. It was just like this year at Colorado. Everybody was running the score up on him. Everybody was laughing at him. Everybody was disrespecting him. But the following 2 years, he dominated. He only lost one game in 2 years after his first year. Think about that. And this is why I say Deion would benefit from LSU's struggle. This young man, I watched him grow up. He lives next door to my mom. He plays for U-High. His name is Lamar Brown, a 5-star. It's the truth. Plays on the defensive line. Standing at 6'4", 260 pounds. He's the class of 2026. A beast. The best D lineman, in my opinion. They come from Louisiana or Alabama. They come from the South. And Deion knows that. So that's why a lot of these head coaches at these big schools, that's why they're afraid. That's why they have to put Deion down. That's why they have to bash him. That's why they have to try to say he paying for players. They have to do this because they know what's coming. They know what's coming. That's why Deion said in the press conference, oh, they better get me now. And just like I told you, what happened at Jackson State. That first year, they got him. They ran up the score. They embarrassed him. They did all that. But for the last 2 years, he got them. Then you got your boy Dominic McKinley. He goes to Acadiana. A beast. Just like Lamar, he's a 5-star. I think he's going to commit to, I forgot what school he's heavily committed to. Is it Ohio State? I forgot. But I'm telling you, another one. Then you got your boy Melvin Hills, Lafayette Christian. Hey, look, bro, ain't nothing promised to LSU. Ain't nothing promised to these other schools. Just because these kids say they committed, it don't mean nothing. Because, look, Travis Hunter, he was going to go to Florida State. Everybody just knew he was going to Florida State. Everybody knew it. The number one player in the country, the number one athlete in the country. They thought that he was going to Florida State. So these early commits mean nothing. Because he flipped to Jackson State, the first number one player in the country to go to HBCU. These kids these days are different. You can't compare them to the recruits of old days. These kids are different. They know they have power now to play for coaches that really care about them, that really can get them to that next level. And they know this, so you can no longer pimp them. You can no longer play them. You can no longer treat them like they nothing because they got power now. They hold leverage. And that's the best thing about college football that I like now. Nothing is guaranteed. So you look at the SEC right now. They struggling because a lot of SEC players went to the Pac-10, the Big 12. It don't matter. And check this out. This your boy Aaron Butler. Still in high school, Calabasas in California. He decided to end his college football career in high school 5 games early to focus on going to Colorado, to focus on, getting enrolled early so he can play and stuff like that. Think about that. The number 9 player in California, the number 5 player in his position. Think about that. He stopped playing, like he's done so he can stay healthy and focus on getting to Colorado next year. Bro, when have you heard about this? This is only the beginning. And the best thing about this is Deion and his father played together in Baltimore. So think about this. Deion played in the NFL multiple teams. Think about how many players he played with and how many of those players now have sons and want their sons to play for Deion. it's only the beginning. And so, yes, they want you to stop talking about Deion. They want you to stop talking about Colorado because they never seen this before. They never seen these kind of moves before. But they just don't know. It's only the beginning. And I think this weekend we about to see the breakout. Because after this weekend, I think Travis coming back. And I think Shiloh, he'll be back either this game or the following week when Travis gets back. So it's about to get real. And see, you gotta look in the future, man. A lot of people, they just looking at right now. Oh, Colorado losing back to back. They nothing. I'm like, bro, they got a team that just got together. Everybody just got together, and that USC game was them finding themselves. Oh, this is who we are. This is how we can play. Oh, these the players. Omarion Miller, Cormani, all of them, bro. So you got a group of young men coming in now. It's about to be different, bro. And they getting their starters back. See, the thing about recruiting now and thing about the transfer portal is that those 5-star players that deserve to play, but they got politics at their school, or they got coaches who don't really like them, or they got coaches who don't know how to play the right players, they transferring to Colorado, dog. You about to see the best of the best in Colorado from that transfer portal. And then next year, no one's going to be laughing. Everybody is going to hop on the bandwagon. Then everybody is going to be saying, "Oh, I believed." It's chess, not checkers. I try to tell everybody that. So I always try to blend in the information with the candy, because these days you can't just give information. You got to mix it in with the candy. So even in your life, bro, even in your life, when you losing right now, it's your losing season. Cool, accept that. But keep getting better in your losing season. Let's say you're a YouTuber, you only getting 50 views every time you post. Cool, keep posting. It only takes one video to change everything. It only takes one day to change your whole life. It only takes hearing something that anybody says to change the way you live your life. So don't go through life giving up and thinking your future is going to be dark and broken. Man, forget that. You got to keep staying consistent. You got to make everybody regret. What's the word for it? You got to make everybody regret not believing in you. And sometimes you got to look in that mirror and say, dog, do you believe in yourself? Sometimes we stop believing in ourselves. So you have to start believing in yourself every day. Hey, the SEC is in trouble. They don't think it, but they in trouble. A lot of those players are coming to the Big 12, the ACC. So that powerhouse, next year, Colorado will be the powerhouse. I'm out.